I'm not even joking. The backflip jump is aggravating as all hell. Have I missed something? Because I don't think this is going to give me enough studs, is it? No, certainly not. I've missed something. I know there's nothing in the final room. I'll go get that minikit piece. But, I know there's something I've probably missed. Well, ladies and gentlemen, looks like I'm doing another scatter run. Scatter run? I'm just thinking of Red Dwarf. Okay, there's all 10. Let's go find some studs, eh? Now, go back to what I was saying, I really do get off topic. The Lego Batman video game, the first one. That was the first time it was based off, well, off an IP, but they told an original story. And I think that really shook up the formula. I don't think I've seen that in any Lego game since, really. Because it showed you the hero side first, then it showed you the villain side, which was essentially prequeling itself. So Lucas, well, not Lucas, well, maybe George Lucas was involved in that game, we don't know. Still Warner Bros. So I know I will get enough crap ton of... Oh, I can destroy these, nice. I know I'll get a crap ton of trouble. Oh, you can get back up there. I did not know that. Yeah, he's an idiot. I know there's some studs in here, just gotta hope I don't get my ass handed to me. Oh, God, speaking of the blasters, that is just actually reminding me of what's going to be the biggest pain in the arse in LEGO Star Wars 2. I'm actually pressing X there and it wasn't doing sod all. The AI in this game can't kill each other. Otherwise that means it can just be too easy. Well, that would be too easy, wouldn't it? These guys just sitting around eating pizzas after slaughtering millions of innocent children. That's another thing I'd like to bring up. The change. You know the most infamous change in the entirety of the original trilogy when George Lucas got his hands on it? Finally saw a copy of the film that hadn't been changed, and I honestly got to think, minus a couple of visual keys, and maybe some, well, I got to be honest, the practical looked okay, but minus a couple of visual things, the original cut was far superior. And I mean far, far superior. But the Greedo shot first. You know, that infamous thing. Like, George Lucas said he changed it because, oh, he needed to show that Han had a reason to shoot. Not only did you make Greedo like the biggest muppet I've ever seen, but you also then made this film. Well, actually, no, hang on, I've just remembered that incorrectly. I'm sorry, Mr. Lucas, that you never changed that at all. I forgot that it turned out he'd never had any involvement in that. As I say, because that would be quite hypocritical, like, oh, can't have the film where a main character mercilessly shoots someone. But then you make this where essentially Hayden Christensen over there slaughtered possibly hundreds of innocent children. You got your priorities all muddled up again, George. But no, it wasn't George. I apologise, Mr. Lucas. If Mr. Lucas, if you're ever watching this, I'm sorry. And if so, can I be digitally inserted into your special edition re-releases of the special edition re-release of the original trilogy? If anything, I'll be the new CGI Jabba. Hell, I will even do the new wolf cry, the new Great Dragon whistle when Obi-Wan surprises the Sand People, because you feel like nothing is sacred. Oh, that's the dead end. Okay. What? This does nothing. What is the purpose of this? Seriously, what is the purpose of that? I'm trying to find some studs. Come on, please be it. There's a purple one there. That should help. Nah, I've actually... I don't want to talk about that. But no. Going back to this, like, I think one of the biggest mysteries I ever had during the early days, I know I mentioned this, the biggest mysteries about this game I ever had in the early days was like, how did I unlock that bonus level? The question mark one. And there it is. Bingo. And then how did I get Darth Vader? And one of my friends, well, I'm not sure he's my friend because a lot of people treat me, we'll say indifferently. I don't want to offend anyone. A lot of people treat me differently. I am white male. So I'm not superior. If anything, I'm the worst. But treated me differently, like well, to be honest, I do have a lot of mental health issues. I'm not going to disclose that, but not disclose everything. And of course, he then would say that to get Darth Vader, you then had to do Darth Vader, the mission, 50 times in story mode. So I got about 10 before I thought I'd do this another day. And then when I eventually got all the true Jedi crap, that's when I learned, oh, that's how you get it. Well, that's how you get it. I'm thinking, oh, that's rather annoying. So now we've got true Jedi, we're going to be doing that thing next, don't we? For a second there, I thought my capture card thing wasn't on, and I thought, shoot, I'm going to have to do a post-recording, which I'm not sure will work. Because post-recording is a little difficult at the minute. I haven't got a decent mic. The audio quality will sound terrible. And I could script it out, I guess, but the commentary would be better, but the audio quality would be as terrible as an early Some Call Me Johnny review. No offense to Johnny. Big fan. Okay, so... oh, so the hologram's also already here, so... okay, good. So I'm just going to talk over this, because as I mentioned, got the super kit. So now... boom. Episode 4 unlocked. At this point, actually, when I first did that, I thought, what the hell is episode 4? Because I didn't know they had made... this was the prequel trilogy. I thought they were going to make another 4 Star Wars films. And even though my dad was a fan, he never actually said they were the original films. So that felt more than a little weird. Oh, don't hope that hasn't affected anything, because the cable was on my knee. So here we have a question mark. Oh, but before we go and do that, I'll go show you the super kick shit. Because this, I know I earlier mentioned, early in the gameplay, I mentioned that this was the only game that actually covered super mini kits. Super shit, yeah, that's what it is, it's super shit. That's the films. At least episode 2, there are elements I actually enjoy in retrospect. I'm not a shit bucket anymore. But, why is there a bike in a bin? Honestly. Have some respect, man. Here we are, is the blockade runner. You can't twist it annoyingly, but it looks nice. Is R2 following me? Oh, that noise. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mentioned this was the only one who used a super kit, but then I remember Lego Batman has 2 super kits. One for the 15 on the hero story, and well, the hero side story, and then on the one for the villain side story. This one doesn't have super kit at all. This episode 4, A New Hope. What I like is they actually recycle some of the assets of this into Lego Star Wars 2. I won't talk a lot about that, but this is actually happening on the opposite end of the scale with essentially, for those who don't know, that actually looks nice to remember, but Lego Star Wars 2 starts with this level, and then that's on the hero side, so you're playing as Leia and Captain Antilles, but here you're playing as Darth Vader and the Clone Trooper. Just like Lucas hasn't gotten his hands on the special editions yet. Nice to say, we get no insert shots of C-3PO and R2-D2. There's the Stormtrooper. There is obviously nothing. This is just a bonus level for you to play and unlock a few extra, well, these last 2 characters once you're done with the game, obviously. Well, not when you're done with the game, this is needed for 100%, but this is just meant to be a bonus level so you can just chillax, play for them. This is the only story mode mission in the entire game where you actually play as the villain. This like idea would later be recycled for Lego Batman entirely. Like, Lego Batman took a lot of cues from this game, really. Another thing this will be kind of weird is I always thought that the rebels in this film were like nuns or like some form of nurse, and just the fact you were Vader slaughtering